All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have my good friend Jessica Buckwald with us. Hi, and
Hi.
she's an agent here locally in the Charlotte market. She's home office is pretty much with Fort Mill, South Carolina. Jessica, is that right?
Yeah, and in South End now in
Oh,
Charlotte.
okay. Yeah, we met that way and been on my group as well. But Jessica, honestly, she's been in business as an agent for 1.5 years. Maybe 2 years from like what, October, Jess?
Yep, yep.
All right. So she's got 9 people that work for her. Okay, 9 other agents. That's pretty crazy for me that she's been this successful this quickly in this business. That's like a great job. So I'm really impressed. And she's a great person. Jess, we lost you there. There you go. And she's a great person. Her personality is like so bubbly, so good. I'm sure her people love her. She goes above and beyond all the time for her people. So, Jess, tell me a little bit about your business and tell me how you grew this team so quickly when you started.
Okay, sure. Well, I knew for about 6 months before I left corporate America that I was going to go into real estate. I did a lot of research on what business I could start the fastest, grow the fastest with the least amount of overhead, where I wouldn't have to buy inventory or have a warehouse. My long-term goal was a 5-year plan to where I'll have enough passive income from my team to then be able to do the things I'm passionate about, which like starting a tiny home subdivision to give free housing to human trafficking victims. So I did a lot of research. I watched a lot of podcasts, and I spent a lot of time after my 9 to 5 corporate job just figuring out the way I wanted to go and the process I wanted to do. Early on, I stumbled into Lance Loken. He's a Keller Williams agent that runs his business like a corporation. He did like, I want to say 125 million in like last year, which I think was his 4th year. So he's set to do 1 billion in his 10th year. Like he's got a 10-year plan.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's amazing. So I pretty much tried to listen to every podcast he gave. I read everything he ever said online. And in my mind, I had that model of, okay, I'm going to run this like a business. Year 1 is going to look like this, then year 3, then year 5. And then after year 5, I'll pretty much turn the business over to all my VPs and then they'll run it. So I went into it with that idea before I even got my license.
I think because you had, like, I mean, it sounds like to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, like you had the plan already, not the plan itself, but maybe like where I wanted to go was the model, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you work backwards to get there.
Right.
Would you
Yep.
agree with that?
And I'm a chess player. So that's the way I try to look at things on the whole sphere. Like my business model, I want Lance Loken's plan for residential, but I want that for my property management division. I want that for my credit repair division. I want a wheel, like a wheel and spokes of every wheel. There's going to be an REO. There's going to be property management. There's going to be the community involvement. Like, so if something like residential were to tank, we still have 5 other revenue streams, all built on that same corporate structure platform. So it won't hurt us at all.
Yeah, you may lose the one, but you've got 4 others. You may pick up another one, right? Because if you've got one way to make money and that way goes away or it changes, then you're stuck.
Right. And look at if residential tanks, then property management's going to boom because people are going to be renting like crazy. And REO is going to go crazy eventually because all these huge houses, if people foreclose, they're going to be, reselling. So I just wanted to make sure that whatever structure and whatever team that I build, that I can be loyal to them and I can provide them the money that they need for their families no matter what the market does. So,
and the resources, right? Because you're building, you're reading, and I think one of the things I posted this morning in the group is, I mean, you can't just read everything. You got to take action as you do things. You're gonna make mistakes, but I think you've built a great team. People follow you. You've got 9 people under your wing already.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane, right?
Yeah, it's not even, I'm not recruiting. Like I'm not aggressively reaching out to people like, hey, like people are coming to me like, oh, tell me more about Costello. And then I'll tell them, and they're like, well, why didn't you ask me to be a Bulldog? I'm like, I didn't even know you wanted to be a Bulldog. Like, okay. So because the first year of business, I started the team in May. So this May is only 1 year, that I've had the team running. So it was a lot of failing forward and learning.
Right.
And I'm also convincing people to be on my team when I didn't really know what I was talking about, right? I had just gone through Ignite. I spent half of Ignite in the south of France. So I had to come back around and do it again. So I didn't even really get into like starting in real estate until that January. So from that January until that April, I didn't have any sales. So it was almost 6 months that I was just struggling and working so hard and not having any sales. So it was from that April, started the team in May. And then from May until the end of that, into December that year, I had 36 sales. So I was like, had people on my team that I didn't even have a proven track record yet. It was just based on the dream and the drive and the work ethic that I have and some of the other volunteering and aspects that people attract people,
Yeah, I think the work ethic that people see what you're doing. One of the things I posted the other day on my Facebook page is like, can you teach hustle? Can you teach work ethic? And I'm on the fence with it. I don't know. I think you could. I think you could lead by example. And some people see you doing it. Oh, let's jump on this train because I see where she's going, and whatever. And I think it's admirable, and I think the passion for what you're doing. And the tiny home project stuff, and we've talked about that numerous times. I think it's just amazing. The things that you love to do because you want to give back. I think that is just amazing. And so let's talk a little bit about absolutely. Let's talk more about the commission plan for people, your agents. Like, tell me more about that.
Okay, so I can tell you, I was with one firm, and then I was with another firm. For about another 6 months until I came across Costello. One of my agents had actually left the team, but called me and was like, will you give me a reference? And I was like, sure, dude. Like, I still love and support all of my team, even if it doesn't work out on the team, And so John Costello had called me, and he was like, hey, why haven't you come in here to talk to me yet? And I was like, John, I'm fine where I'm at. I don't want to change. Like, we would have to switch boards. Like, we'd have to switch signs. Like, I'm like, I just don't need that kind of work, And he was like, well, what can I do to get you in here? And I was like, well, how about you meet with my husband first? My husband has a photography and drone business. I was like, and he would love to do work for Costello. I was like, why don't you have him come in, meet with Natalie, give him a shot, and we'll talk after that, So I gave him kind of like a little test to see if he really is about what he says he's about, right? He got my husband in there right away. Met with him, like put his flyers up in the office. So now I was like, oh, now I got to go talk to him because, I always stick to my word. So I'm like, okay, fine. And I went in there thinking there is no way I'm going here. I don't care how cool he is. I don't care how much I like it. Like, I'm not doing it. Like, I am so contrary that usually if someone tells me to do something, I do the opposite. So so I came in, and like when you walk in to the office, there's a sign right on the side of the wall, and it just tells you what their values are. And the sign says, prioritize relationships. It says, embrace diversity. Inspire self-development, embrace technology, and deliver your results, right? And for me, I am very involved in Queen City Unity. I'm on the board of directors there, and that's all we do is try to encourage diversity in Charlotte and get people to volunteer together, because I feel like if you're standing next to somebody giving out Christmas presents to foster kids, if that person doesn't look like you, if they don't believe in what you do, if they're not the same socioeconomic status, it doesn't matter, because you have the same heart, right? You have the same passion. You want to help people. So it's kind of encouraging diversity, like through volunteering, right? And we have festivals. So we're having the Charlotte Unite Festival in October, and there's a booth like where it's like, buy a beer for somebody that doesn't look like you, or buy a beer for somebody that you don't think believes in what you believe in, right?
Yeah, I see a lot. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I see a lot of the stuff that you're doing on your personal page. I think you bring a lot of people together because, everybody just look like you, Let's get a family together of different people, because I can tell you, I have learned a lot from other people. You know, just because someone looks like me doesn't mean that's it. You know,
Right.
I think
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I walked in and I saw this encourage diversity, and then I saw how many African Americans they have that work here, how many women, how many handy capable people, like they really, it's not just your typical older white conservative real estate firm, right?
Yep.
And I fit better there. So right away I'm like, my people, you know. So and then I look to the right when we walk in and they have a bar, like a full bar. I'm like, okay, this is me.
I belong here.
Yes, I am home. Yes. No. So I'm just like picking up little cues as I walk in. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. I kind of like this. The office is really modern, but like with that rustic wood feel, like the building is gorgeous. So I was like, okay, whatever. It's fancy on the outside, but like, let me hear about the inside. Like, what about the grit, you know? So I sat down with John and I thanked him for letting my husband come in and everything. And I was like, what do you got for me? Because I'm such like a bulldog, you know, that's just my personality. So he started telling me about some of the things that they have, which are standard, like the 70-30 split. That's standard unless you're a high producer, which is like I did over 5 million in volume last year. So I got to get an 85-15 split, right?
On your personal stuff.
On my stuff. Well, yeah, I don't take Costello leads. So all my leads are mine. I generate everything for the team.
Wow.
But if you do
hear that? Did you guys hear that? That's pretty amazing. Like, no, I'm doing that.
I don't need that. No. But Costello does offer a 50-50 lead plan if you want their leads, but I don't need that. And then the standard, like, okay, the cap is 30,000. I'm like, oh, that's fine, whatever. But if you have a team, then your team cap each is only 15, which I liked is better. But what really blew me away is Costello has a revenue share plan that's unlike anything I've ever seen. Okay. So any person that I bring into Costello, whether on my team or just as a Costello agent, every person that I bring into Costello, I get 12% of their deal off the top and out of Costello's side. Not out of the agent side. Right. So out of the 70-30, that 30 that goes to Costello, I get 12% of it. I get it the day they close. Like when they get paid, I get paid. So it doesn't matter what the market center does. It doesn't matter if you've capped or not. There are no restrictions. It's not a stock plan. It is legit. Like, okay, that person sold a $200,000 house. As soon as it closes, they get a check and I get a direct deposit for that 12%. So it's a chance to build revenue passively, which is huge. And it incentivizes me to really dig deep and help the people I brought in. I can see those dollar signs, you know?
Yes.
And so for me, once he started telling me that, I was like, huh. So in my head, by the end of the meeting, I'm like, oh, I'm coming here. But of course, I didn't tell him that. So I had a list, like a laundry list of 30 things I wanted for my team before we would switch. And so he was like, okay. And then I was like, oh crap, now I got to switch. I was like, I should ask for more. No.
Right. Well, I think you being a bulldog, like you said, it's a really, really good name for you. Right.
It
sounds like you go above and beyond for the people that work with you, right? Like, do you have a lot of turnover from agents? I mean, obviously there's some, I'm sure, but like, but I mean, you've been there a year and a half. Do you have a lot of people who want to stay and build with you, or like? I mean,
so all of the ladies that have been on my team from the beginning are still here. That have started. I had a business partner that it didn't really quite work out with. Great guy. I just felt like we had different work ethics. But yeah, and then we've just been growing from there. And what I just got to do, which has literally saved my life and made me like reinvigorated and even more excited about my team, is I had originally brought Ida in. Her name is Ida. I brought her into Costello and I was just helping her. Like, we didn't really know each other that well. We were just Facebook friends. She came into Costello and I saw her work ethic, and she would be here with me at 10 o'clock at night. Like I was. Yeah. Like, she would be like, what do you need? Do you need this? You know, like, and I wasn't giving her anything. Like, I wasn't like feeding her leads or anything. She's like, she loves to work. Like I get my self-worth like a lot out of my profession, right? And being the best. And that's kind of where I get my motivation from, and being able to help people. But Ida I brought her on now as the team lead, and she's super organized, and she is doing the one-on-ones with the team and the goal setting, and it's freeing me up to get back into these big projects that I was working on before, but I was just drowning in. I have so many leads I wasn't touching. I have so many big projects and all these investors and all these things going on that I feel like the team leadership end of it was kind of slipping. And I was getting a little frustrated. I'm like, if I could do this, you guys can do that, so I felt like I wasn't able to serve the team out of the good of my heart like I always did before, so bringing Ida on, and she's super tech savvy, it has changed everything for me. And the team, even at our team meeting with her, they were so excited, like just restructuring, and we've brought in inside sales agents now, and we have this huge laid out plan of growth for each agent, where they can go. So that has just reinvigorated the team and brought us together more cohesively, because I just had to acknowledge the fact that I can't do everything myself.
It's difficult. I learned that too. And it's hard to give up the control, but to grow, you have to. You gotta give up the control. So
100%.
It sounds like you guys are doing amazing things. And tell people how they can find your company, and tell me how they can find you personally.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, thanks, Kev. So I have a website. It's just www.bulldogteamhomes.com. We're all over Facebook, Twitter, Instagram with that Bulldog Team Homes name. If you want to know more about Costello, and you click on CostelloREI.com, there's a careers section. In that careers page are going to be the 2 videos. So one is going to show you all about the culture, the empowerment. You'll even notice my email signature says Empowered by Costello. They're all about my brand, the Bulldog Team Homes brand. They just want a little line, that says, works with Costello or whatever. I picked Empowered by because they do empower me. We have an in-house recording studio where we can do our videos and our pictures. And we have a marketing team in-house next door that I can go next door, hey, I want to do this video and I need to do this. They're done, it took me to the next level. Okay, I mastered residential my first year. That's cool. But I need to learn commercial now, and I need to learn REO, and I need, and so I need someone like John Costello, who has started small and grown to over 100 agents in 4 years, and grown in a smart way so that they're debt free. It's amazing. So I needed someone that could be this is where I want to go, and I need someone to tell me how to get there.
Yeah. What would you tell some agents right now out there maybe watch this video? People are maybe on the fence about where they're at. How would you tell them, hey, come check us out, or what's the proper way? Because I see so many people talking about, forgive me, EXP and stuff like that. Come look at us, and I get it. How do you think agents should maybe transition if they're thinking about it?
Well, a couple things I feel like all agents should look for, and I wish someone had told me this in the beginning. Number one, don't pay any monthly fees. Don't do that. You don't need to do that. Don't pay monthly fees. Don't pay desk fees. Don't pay for a coach. Don't pay for training that people tell you are free but is actually 10% out of your cut. Don't do that. Go to a firm that the agents are directly responsible for training you and helping you. I looked into EXP. Their platform is great. I'm not going to talk bad about them at all, but it's a cloud-based platform. And so if you need this one-on-one help, and for example, our agents will go on field trips. I'll be okay, we're going to go do an agent preview of this house, and you're going to walk through it, and I'll be the seller, and you're going to do a listing appointment. Hi, Whitney. And you're going to do, she's waving, she's waving behind you.
Look as you walk by, but that's fair.
Love you, Whitney. Anyway, but so it's this hands-on, one-on-one training that the agents need. Each agent, you sit down and we'll do a mock buyer's agency appointment, and you sell me on why you should be my buyer's agent.
Wow.
They need this one-on-one. You either go as a group or you sit down as a group, and then you critique each other. And I am the first one to do it. I'll do it first, and you guys tell me what you think I did wrong. Or for me, I have no problem taking a buyer out, showing them 2 or 3 houses and getting them under contract. Where I know agents that'll show for a year. So I at least can show them how to be aggressive, how to go for the close, like how to ask for the business right then, but I feel like you need to go somewhere that's going to give you one-on-one training and not just the contracts. Like the other day in our team meeting, I was like, here's the contract upside down. Tell me it. Because when I sit with a buyer, I flip that contract around and I go over it upside down.
You know exactly what's
so you better know it backwards, like so that you can sit there and I have a girl on my team. I sold her house to her. I wrote her contract in the trunk of her car. And she had a minivan. We popped that top up. I sat down and we did that contract right there. And like so that kind of stuff, like I feel like being aggressive or going for the close is teachable, but it's like you have to do one, see one, do one, and then teach one, show the new agent how to do it, because it's when you do it badly, I feel like that you learn and you grow, when people are critiquing you.
Failure's a good recipe.
Yes. So it's essential, I think. And like, okay, we don't have any desk fees. We don't have any monthly fees here. Our printing is free. Go somewhere that doesn't charge you 50 cents a page to print in color, which is ridiculous. Like, so our printing is free, our revenue share. And then you walk around here or you look online at any event that Costello has, like any agent here, and we all believe in things. So the MAC group has Traumatic Brain Injury Foundation that they work with. Steve Lonan has Flat Bill Friday. I have Queen City Unity. Lori Randolph, she has Lori's Kicking Cancer for lymphoma and leukemia. If you look at any of our events, you will see Costello agents all over there. You'll see the owners show up. Like, we support each other because that's part of the culture.
The community.
Yes.
That's huge for if I'm an agent working for you, like I have a cause or somebody has a cause or lost a family member or whatever, like it's really great to support where you're at. People get to meet you for one, right? The sellers are there, buyers are there.
Right. And just I know. And just imagine so the Bulldog team, we just won the kickball tournament, right? There was like 70 people there, but just all over social media. I posted one video where one of the lenders that played on my team missed the ball when he kicked it. That sucker got hundreds of views. So it's hilarious. But you got to show people. And I feel like this is what a lot of real estate agents don't get. Show people you care more than just money. Yeah. Show them you care about people, that you care about the communities you're serving. Yeah. And especially millennials, they want more than that. This t-shirt and a pair of jeans is how I show up to everything. I'm just a real person. What you get is exactly what you see.
I dress up for certain nicer houses, but man, I am who I am. That's right. What tells me. I'm not trying to be some phony person.
Right. You're buying my brain. You're buying my brain power. My brain doesn't have to dress up, so, but it's amazing to see. And it's part of the culture, and their hashtag that they use for Costello is winning together, which is hilarious because for me with my team, we were stronger together. That was like our theme. Mm-hmm. And I realized early in the beginning, watching some of these teams at the first firm I went to, you have leverage when you have a team. Lenders will beg to work with you. They will pay for your leads. They will pay for your events and your social media marketing, and other people will give you discounts. And so you have power in a team, I
was just going to wait for you to say that. Power of us is more than me or I.
Yes. And we are stronger together. Sure. And that winning together hashtag, they really mean it. So when they say winning together, it's at our events. they even let me use this office, this big, beautiful office with a bar in it and everything for my events. So for Queen City Unity, we did a thank you. To our ambassadors, to all the people that volunteered for the year with us. We had 65 people here. We fed them, we gave them wine and beer, and we showed the video of how they impacted homeless people and foster kids and how they encouraged diversity. And the mayor spoke about us and we were on the news, right? But they let me use that office here. And it's just so smart because while they're here, they're looking around going, oh, you sell houses. So it's like a win-win all around,
It's amazing. Next time you report, I want to be invited. So you got to make sure.
Yes. We'll get you to Queen City Unity. We'll get you over there.
I'll wear a Bulldog t-shirt. I don't care. Well, listen, tell people one more time about your website, how they can find you.
Okay. www.bulldogteamhomes.com.
Awesome. Jessica.
Thanks. Hey, Kevin,
Yeah.
can I tell you one cool thing that we're doing?
Yes.
That nobody else is doing right now, and I think it's super fun.
Yeah.
And it's going to be coming out every week. So we're doing a little video called Stella Says. And, you know, I have Stella. She's that little French bulldog puppy. She's so cute. Anyway, I'm taking Stella. We started at Riverwalk. We're going over to Baxter. But I'm taking Stella, and we're going to tell people how dog-friendly each neighborhood is. So every week, well, yes. So every week we're going to show, is there a dog park? Like, is there a veterinarian nearby? How many people are walking dogs in the neighborhood? And it's going to be a little segment, and then we'll rank the neighborhood on how dog friendly it is, and then blast it everywhere. So I feel like this is what you need to do as an agent. You need to stand out. You need to think outside of the box. But that's fun. People love Stella. Well, they will touch her and pet her everywhere we go. The video where I had her talking like a human, it got like hundreds of views. And that was just a 10-second like intro. So I think that's what I love. I love my dog. And it comes through and it helps people. It says, oh, if you want your house featured on Stella Says, we can show it, you know, or if you're a buyer looking in the area, you know, reach out to us and we can tell you the best dog friendly areas, you know. So
I think it's really genius. I think it's smart as hell. And I'm sure you guys have team meetings and think about ideas and willing to share stuff. I think narrow mindset. I can't give that away. And I don't want someone to steal it, but like here you are with a no idea. Here and like this is what we do around here. This is what we do.
And because most people don't follow through. Like everybody has a million great ideas, but when it comes down to consistently doing it and putting that content out, they usually don't do it. So I don't care. Someone might take my idea, and that's fine. They can copy me, you know, because what is it? Right? And how does it go? It's like imitation is the greatest form of flattery, right? So I'm cool with that. But it will bring people to the Bulldog team because it shows how fun we are. And I've got like several other things rolling out. And as soon as we get them closer to completion, you're going to die because they're so fun. So
well, I'm excited. I appreciate you so much, Jessica.
Of course.
It's so fun to talk. So I can do this for hours.
I know, right?
People on here probably don't want to listen to all that. But hey,
did you see my T-shirt, Kevin?
Yes.
Did you see what it says? Running comps is my cardio. So I'm going to go do some cardio. And
I might steal that idea. Just that much.
Get it, bud. Get it.
Stuff. So, hey, thank you so much for being on, Jess.
Thanks, Kevin. Love you, bud.
Love you too.
I appreciate it. Bye. Bye, Whitney.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.